Oh my gosh. Okay, friends, one more video from that domestic abuse, sexual assault crisis center dog show I did. Well, not dog show, get together. It was a get together. Dogs were invited. Yeah, it was a dog walk. Not some. I don't think any dog got a trophy or anything. No, no. And though many a dog, I think, got a piece of bagel. Yeah, or a little bit of donut. But and that's you for most dogs. That's why we love them so. That's payment in full as far as they're concerned, with a little pat on the head, right? Well, anyway, one more thing to mention. You know how I've been talking how I want to get rid of my old speakers now that Chris from SC3 Entertainment gave me those wonderful small but very powerful speakers. Actually, way more, much louder than the old speakers I had, and so much lighter. Gosh, it's so easy to put them, get them mounted onto tripods and fired up, and honestly, they do. The sound is beautiful. So, as you know, I've had these speakers, these old speakers that I've had them for probably 25, 30 years, something like that. And they were used when I got them. You've seen them if you've been to any of my gigs. They weigh they must weigh about 70 pounds each. And they're usually I've got to usually find someone to help me get them on tripods. I'm kind of, they're a lot of work. You need an amp. The amp's heavy. Wires more, it's quite a thing. And now that I got these, like I said, these brand new speakers, I don't need the old ones. And I've been trying to give them away. I said the price was right. They're free. Well, I found a taker. Yes, I did. And I'm so tickled. It was just on a hunch. I was at the dog walk event for the Domestic Abuse, Sexual Assault Crisis Center, DASAC. And, I don't know, the police came by and they had their police dogs on let them out of the car. They had the dogs had to go sniff around a bit, doing what comes natural for dogs. And I welcomed the police. I said, do you guys need, will you need my microphone to address the crowd? I mean, we can work something out. I'm the DJ. And they go, oh, yeah, nice meeting you, Doc, and all that. They said, no, we can, crowd this size, we can just talk to them. No big whoop. But I said, hey, listen, you guys are in the know. You know the town. I've got some wonderful DJ speakers that I want to give away. Someone gave me a very generous gift, 2 wonderful brand new speakers, the lightweight kind. And I explained the situation. I said, frankly, the ones I've got, I just don't need. There's no room for them in the house. They're great speakers. I'll give them to anyone who wants them. But I'd be especially interested in a church, a school, civic organization, that kind of thing. And the 2 police officers look at each other and they said, you said you even like a police department? I said, well, why not? I said, yeah, of course. They said, geez, we got to take care of the dogs. We'll be over in a little bit. I said, well, okay, I've got them. They're in my van. If you want to go take a look, just run on down. Take the dogs down there. Well, anyway, so I go back to my DJ post and I'm putting records together and all that for the event. The dogs evidently were walking with the policeman. They all come over. The whole bunch of them come over. The 2 officers, the 2 dogs, and the guys. The policemen say, "Hey, Doc, do we have your permission to look through your car?" I said, "You mean look into my car? Sure, go ahead." There's this, I'm thinking this sounds like something out of Cops, where they always say, "Do we have permission to look through your glove compartment?" And yeah. Well, I said, there isn't much there. I tell you, I don't think you might give me a ticket for a mess in that car, but other than that, go do your thing. And they said, well, yeah, we weren't thinking that, Doc, for crying. We just want to go see the speakers. I said, well, go see them. They're down there. The amp is down there. I got a box of wires, and I explained the situation. How you would put it all together. I said you can even have the tripods that are holding up that normally hold them up. Although I would suggest you get new tripods in due time. And they go down. They take a look. Gosh, pretty soon they're like on their walkie-talkies and stuff. I guess maybe calling headquarters. They come back and they said, "You said those are free?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "They're heavier than the devil, but that's sometimes a good thing because you get good sound if a speaker's heavy. It doesn't vibrate. It doesn't vibrate itself loose and all that. You might be very glad you had." Well, they said, we do demonstrations with the dogs. It would be nice to have speakers. We do the night out against crime. We could use something. I said, all you're going to need, if you're just going to talk, there might be a way to just plug the microphone right into the amp. I don't know, but maybe you have to get someone who knows. Or you get a mixing board and you can play a little music and then talk by way of the mixing board into the speakers. That's what I do. And I showed him my mixing board. I said, one like this, maybe $100, give or take. And you'll be fine. You don't need anything fancy. And there you go. And if you want, you can always get a CD player and play some tunes through this channel. I showed them how the mixing board works. They said, well, we'll get back to you. And about an hour later, I guess the chief called in and said, "You boys get those speakers." They said, and it made the chief very happy because, well, it was one more thing off didn't have to throw money towards. Again, budgets for police departments can be tight as well, and some of their equipment's very expensive. The guy said, "Yeah, we'll take them. We'll take them." I said, "Well, I'll tell you what. Where do you want them taken? I'll drop them off." They said, "Well, you know where the police headquarters is, up on Highway 31 there." I said, "Well, yeah, I go by it every day." They said, "Yeah, we know. we hear you sometimes. You need a muffler." I said, "Well, besides all that, Doc, that would be great. Why don't you?" I said, "After the gig, I got to go home, change into my supermarket uniform. I'll drop them off on my way up to the supermarket. How's that?" Well, they were so tickled. They were just proud and happy as could be. So I dropped them off, and there they go. So they're all set. It's exactly what I wanted to see. Those speakers going to a good, a good purpose. So fantastic. I was hoping to find a church, but most churches already have sound systems in them, it seems. So the police, they're quite tickled. I said, you could use I dropped them off, and oddly enough, I was worried about them carrying this the speakers because they are heavy. One of the officers picked one of them up and carried it like it was like it was a soda crate. And I said, "Well, okay, I guess you guys will be all right." I said I would suggest two people putting them on the tripods because they can fall if you're not careful. Land on your toe, man. That'll smart. They said, "Yeah, and I brought over an old mixing board I had that might do the trick. If nothing else, it's something they can practice on." So it all went to good use. I said, you could probably use these too, to fight crime. I said, you got someone holed up in a building, he won't come out. Well, you find out how old he is. If he's 18, well, you get a CD player and aim the speakers right at the window of wherever he is, where he's his hideout, and you just tell him, if you start playing Lawrence Welk records, if he's 18, he'll go out of his mind. He'll come out with his hands up. Won't take but a song or two, and if it's if it's an old guy in there vowing never to come out alive, well, just walk over to the turntable and put in a little hip hop for him. Aim it right at his window. Maybe armor plate the front of the speaker so he can't shoot out the woofer. But other than that, you ought to be fine. And gosh, you could, and I'm sure they're going to pull some practical jokes with them. Oh yeah, I can see there. When I did rescue, we were always messing with each other, and I'm sure police are no different. They're going to find some some odd voices down in the basement. For the rookie, he's going to have to go down and see what's up, and just make sure you take his gun so he doesn't go shooting the speakers. Okay, I'm just saying, his or her gun, and there you are. So anyway, the police department got themselves something to keep them, well, even busier. And they can lend them out to the fire department, first aid squad. Some church needs them. There they are. I'll bet they'll be Johnny on the spot with the helping out. So there you go. All in all, it was a darn good weekend. Friends, I'll see you later. Thank you and God bless. Bye now.